Alright, welcome back. I'm gonna do the alliance raids for ivalice. And yeah. Ah, that's cool. Oh, the lag. Oh no. God, they got this.
has disturbed the slumber of Adalphus, rightful king of Ivalice. Descendants of House Beowulf? Then by my sword shall I banish your souls to the deepest hell! It is to be a fight then. I am only too happy to oblige. Like sheep before the wolf. I am the truth from which you run. You will be judged. I am Revelation! Judged. Kneel and repent. You are the blood to stain the circle! Does it grieve you to see the depths of your own weakness laid bare? Maggots! You do not belong in my world. Step into nothing. I am the lies upon which you sup. You will be judged. The world has no place for such wretches. Your claim to life is forfeit. You are the blood to stain the circle. I am Revelation! Judged. gods have no eyes but cattle! Like sheep before the wolf! Where am I? This body. It is not my own. Oh gods, what have I done? Save me! Ramza! Save me!
Where am I? Father, Ramza and the Warrior of Light, yes, I know you, but that you should come to my rescue. Words fail me. A poor playwright, I must seem. The term you're looking for is thank you, upon which note I, Godman, bounty hunter, do humbly thank you, Warrior of Light, for delivering me this fine gift. Now hand over the RSI unless you wish to see the desert sands turn red, and be quick, Gigakir doesn't have the steadiest of hands. That one, she will bring it to me. Yes, this is it, the Duma. And to think we found it so close to Doma, the Duma of Doma, wahaha. dead. Enough, Waggy. We would not have our guests think us underbred. You have what you want, you thieving lizards. Now unhand him. Of course, a bad guy is always true to his word. I will be keeping this, though. Father. You've only yourselves to blame for this. If you mislike the thought, you could always blame the gods, not that they are listening. Get up, fool. We're leaving. You're going to be alright. We cannot see to your father's hurts here. Come on, we must get him back to the Prima Vista. Tell me the principal will be alright. If he were to, I can't bring myself to think what would happen if... Allow me a moment to deviate from my normal routine and thank you personally for rescuing my dear friend, Genomus. Thank you. With that out of our way, what is it you would like to know? The others tell me you risked your life to save Genomus, a girly Insidian. Perhaps your view of us Imperials is less simplistic than I had assumed. You have my thanks for aiding young Ramza at the principal's rescue. The entire company, nay, the entire world is in your debt. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now is not the time to be practicing what is the principal unconscious nonsense. Now is the perfect time to practice. I want this performance to be flawless by the time he comes to. When I think about Principal lying there, the muscle in my heart aches. Psst, listen, what if Genomus isn't truly unconscious at all? What if he is baying his death-like terror to demonstrate his mastery of the craft? Well... He is unchanged. Father, wake up. Father, please. Mother, don't take him from us yet. Groan. Genomus remains deep in his slumber, but his deep breathing is steady and his fever has subsided. For now, all we can do is wait. I've sent word to Sid. I hope you don't mind. Ah, Alma, Ramza, can you ever forgive me? And you, Sid, it was never my intention to put you in such trouble. I am ever in your debt. You would have done the same for me, Genomus. Besides, it was Yo's here who went to all the trouble. If anyone deserves your thanks, it's her. He is right. I have done naught to deserve your kindness, yet I am its beneficiary nonetheless. So, if I understand correctly, you're saying Arasite does not work to facilitate the possession of a living host by an Akon, as was assumed to be the case with Yasale and the Archbishop, but rather absorbs the host's ether, its very soul, and somehow transforms it before returning it to the host's body. If that is the case, our Charlatan allies will need to be informed immediately. But I suppose the real question here is, did you find what you came looking for? The legend would have us believe that Delita Hero, the commoner who would be king, was the sole hero of the Zodiac race story. But as I have discovered, there was two others in fact, siblings whose roles faded from subsequent retellings of the story. A brother and sister by the names of Ramza and Alma. Then, to prepare for this assignment, I pored over every published work on an Evilician legend I could lay my hands on, and nowhere did I find any mention of these siblings. But I uncovered irrefutable evidence that Delita had a close companion named Ranza who aided him in his rise to power. This in turn led me to Alma, and that I might never lose sight of the truth. I named my own children after these lost players. I'm sorry, I never told you any of this, Sid, but you must believe me. Ivalice has never been a mere pastime of mine. It is and forever will be my calling, my purpose, my family's purpose. Go on. The world knows me as Genomus and Lexinata, yet this is but my stage name. My true name is Arslan Durai. Countless generations past, it was my ancestor who penned the Duro papers, an account of Ivalice and the War of the Lions that details what truly occurred during that turbulent era. You are tired, Father. Rest. I will continue. Long ago, an orphan by the name of Oran Durai crossed paths with both Ramza and Delita. After Delita's rise to power, Oran found himself in the service of the pauper become king. Following the War of the Lions, Oran believed the people of Ivalice had a right to know the truth of Ramza's involvement and set about documenting his deeds. When the church learned of his intent, however, they branded him a heretic and had him burned at the stake. The Durai papers were never published, and any existing copies were gathered and sealed away in church vaults. The truth about Ivalice along with them. What was so damning that it would drive the church to do such a thing? The answer to that question can be found in this book, the only surviving transcript of my ancestors' chronicle, copied from an early draft passed down from untold generations. With this, my father and I plan to reveal the truth and restore honor to my family's name. Forbidden Chronicles, a secret family legacy. Not that I doubt you, Genomus, but how do you expect to convince people of all this when, well, nigh every soul in the realm believes ivalice to be nothing but a bedtime story? By proving that it's anything but. And when people see that ivalice was real, the rest will fall into place. Were it as simple as bringing forth the chronicle and submitting it for review. We would of course have done so long ago, but alas, it is not. The Durai papers you see are written in High Ivalicean, an ancient tongue long extinct. My father, his father, and his father before him labored tirelessly to decipher this tome, but for what of other sources made only fitful progress. A word here, a phrase there. It wasn't until a recent expedition to Rabanastre turned up several well-preserved artifacts that we were able to translate a small portion of the papers. Then the diaries stolen by the Bengal bounty hunters? I'm afraid so. Everything we learned from the language was contained in those pages. Then we're back to where we started? Not necessarily. We still have the transcripts as well as some few translated passages. And of course my father's impeccable memory. I have come too far to allow so simple a setback to deter me from my purpose. I will show the world the truth if it is the last thing I do. It is as Master Garland said. He is a man obsessed, and I fear ivalice's grip on him will only grow tighter. Father was fortunate to escape Raznastar with his life, and already he speaks of continuing his quest. Promise me you'll keep him safe, please. After what I've seen here, I'm about all convinced that ivalice exists, at least in some form. Brahma will be gathering sufficient evidence to convince the thousands of scholars and historians who have based their careers on the presumption that it doesn't. Not that I've ever been one to shy from a challenge, especially when it means the story of a century. If you're in, yo, then I'm in. If you're not in, well, I'm still in. Either way, you'll be hearing from me again soon, that much I promise you. Yo, where in the world have you been? Did you not receive Alma's summons? Principal Lexinel's research into the Aura site may finally have borne fruit. We must hurry to the Prima Vista before they embark on some grand and perilous adventure without us. In her message, Alma mentioned a guest from Charlian, someone your companion Sid Garland believed might be able to assist the principal's research. An archetype, I think the term she used, is the term she used. Yo, Lady Merwa, thank you for answering my summons. Master Garland was kind enough to send for an Archon from Charlian, and I thought it only right that you be present to hear her findings. To be frank, summoning Makoto was more Yashtola's idea. I simply came along to see what light she could shed on this mystery. I am Minoko of House Jima, a Doman, though my years in Charlian have made me a stranger here. You must be Yosun, fabled liberator of men, slayer of false gods, warrior of light. I thought you'd be taller. Let us speak of the crystal. Ah, the odious one of but many Aristide shards that aided noble Delita's rise to regent. My apologies. The odious is no ordinary crystal, even discounting its obvious historical importance. The specimen is more than a simple manifestation of elementary aspected energies. It is rather an etherical lodestone whose facilitation of both the absorption and transmission of distinct frequency and NRR-type harmonic vibrations has been observed to promote etherical amplification. The result, neuroharmonic disturbance, allows for a highly unique emittance of CPRS waves that, instead of radiating outward with a determinate factor of dispersal, instead resonate inward at a frequency so labored. My estimates place the rate of VRT decay at upwards of several centuries, though I must admit I lack sufficient variance to complete a truly comprehensive graphical assessment. While that explanation may elicit admiring nods from your professors at the academy, it will earn you only blank looks here. Take a deep breath and try again, this time in a language those of us without the echo might comprehend. My apologies, I merely thought. Apologies will see us no nearer to an answer. A simple explanation will. Simpler, right? Ether is not only the building block of things, material, but those immaterial as well. Thoughts, memories, feelings, one's very will are all understood to be etherical phenomena, and can be measured as such. Unlike most crystals, which only can emit elemental energies, parasite is tuned not only to absorb ether, but ether specific to the immaterial. That ether is then stored up and multiplied within its crystalline confines until external stimuli precipitate release. Try again. Um, Under appropriate conditions, a strong will or desire can become imprinted upon the oocyte and stored upon until fermentation, at which time the desire becomes manifest. Fermentation. What my studious young friend is trying to say is that the odious takes one's deepest fantasies and makes them reality. Ah, yes, yes, that is simpler. You may choose to think of it as a process akin to that of summoning a primal. There being one marked difference, primal summonings require a supplemental energy source, such as a horde of elemental charged crystals. Oocyte, on the other hand, has the capacity to serve as its own source of power. We know from the derived papers that Argath was never king of ivalice. He was slain in battle during the War of the Lions. Yet the Argath encountered during the recent expedition carried himself as if he had been crowned regent. I believe this was merely the oocyte in his possession realizing his desire to rule. I am informed that he uttered the same words over and over again for the duration of the confrontation which unfolded. If that is the case, it is possible that it was not actually Argath who uttered them, but the oocyte itself. If the derived papers are accurate, Argath was a weak and petty noble who believed that his blood entitled him to power. The oocyte took that belief and twisted it into the abomination we put to the sword. Then you are saying the crystal could prove a threat? The oocyte, Alma, and not necessarily Ramza, seems to fare well enough. There is no record of the young regent being manipulated by the artifacts he gathered. In the hands of the just, the oocyte should prove harmless, even beneficial. To paraphrase, it's not the weapon that kills, but the one who wields it. Now, where have I heard that before? Oh yes, it was Emperor Galvus' justification for taking the marvels of Magitech and applying them to the manufacture of arms, where after all was the harm if it allowed him to bring order to the three great continents. You draw an intriguing parallel, Master Garland. The properties of these crystals are so singular, I do begin to wonder if they, like Magitech, are products of science and not nature, that they were created by someone too. But who? What manner of person would even be capable of such a feat? Now that is an interesting question, the answer to which I look forward to hearing. Regrettably, I have some pressing matters to attend to elsewhere. Fear not, however. Makoto's insight will prove far more beneficial than anything I might accidentally contribute. Good day to you all. What I don't understand is If the Duma was imprinted with Argus' deepest desires, then whose desires are rattling about inside the Otis? I had the selfsame question and thus conducted a thorough inspection of the crystal upon my arrival. The results were inconclusive. Traces of ethereal activity were present, but to all intents and purposes the vessel was empty. Empty, but what of the voices I heard? Voices. I heard nothing of the sort. The only voices you heard, Alma, were in your stubborn head. Ramza, why won't you? Shall we speak of voices, then? What of yours, Alma? A resident voice of dissent. You have done naught but question the wisdom of our research from the moment we left Garlemald. Would you put your petty worries above our family's calling? No, I would never. You would never? Then why involve a gossip monger, a goody two-shoes, and this flying mole? Please tell me you can see that. Oh my. Time is up. Ah, a Moogle, yes. A Moogle, and a decidedly dusty one at that. Might this be one of your acquaintances, yo? Most intriguing. Is it alive? It's nothing like I have seen before. Can we keep it? Don't just stand there. Get rid of the thing. You're the liberator. Liberate this vessel of the pest. Ah, a Moogle. How quaint. Is that one of your fairies? No, it couldn't be. We're not over Eorzea. A commie, then? I had no idea they were so renowned. Mayhap we require a rather. What an entrance. It was as it appeared out of thin air. Now, can someone tell me exactly what in the world it is? Wait, don't tell me. It's a Moggle. Yes, Eorzeans breed them for their meat. I read all about it in Eat, Pray, Die, the Culinarians Guild publication, you know. They're meant to be delicious. Well, it's just not the sweetest thing you've ever seen. You can see him, can't you? It's not just me. How much fur do you think that creature's hide would yield? Just hypothetically. What does the fur-clad potbelly have on a bronze chest of rippling through? I shall tell you, absolutely nothing. Am I interrupting? Oh, please do go on. My acceptance into your fine troops' ranks can wait until all have said their piece, Kupo. Guards, get this. Mont Blanc, the name is Mont Blanc, denizen of Dalmasco's desert, seeker of thrills, adventurer extraordinaire, but you may call me Mont Blanc Kupo. Dalmasca has long been known as a melting pot for a myriad of cultures, where minor races such as Sikh and Baga and the Vira might live in relative harmony with Hiru, Elzian, and others. Yet there is no record of a prominent Mughal population. Most likely because we are neither prominent nor populous. My people are nomadic by nature, ever drawn by the elusive frontier of freedom she promises, Kupo. A Mughal. Of course I'm a Mughal, Kupo. You'd think the adorable wings and fluffy palm wouldn't have given it away? How about my admission to the Majestic? I will allow no such thing. The Majestic is the Empire's premier theater company. We will not sully its good name by granting refuge to a fluttering ball of fur. And furthermore, how in the world did this abomination board the Prima Vista in the first place? By means of his wings, were I to guess. As for his admission to our company, I do not seem to recall race, creed, or allegiance on my list of prerequisites, do you? No, father. Very well then, Montblanc, what is exactly that calls you to the stage, our stage? What else? The Zodiac grave story, Kupo. Never before have I witnessed something so amazing, so moving. Sitting well, technically hovering there in the audience as the story unfolded around me, I knew I was witnessing something special, something positively transcendental, Kupo. It was then that I realized I either had to be a part of it or go to my grave a bitter and broken Mughal. Was this realization before or after he swore he simply had to become the realm's greatest marauder, Kupo? Herdy, how did you? Perhaps you'd have more success at running away if you didn't reveal your grand designs to every other foe who you happen to meet, Kupo. Was it not but 20 nights ago you took up the axe, Kupo? Now here you are professing your passion for the stage before carving even a single notch in your haft. Do you not remember, to he who turns the butter goes the sweetest bread? But how is one to savor said buttered bread if his head is in the belly of a fearsome beast? You accuse me of giving up when I merely came to the realization that continuing would end in failure. Only through a change of course could I reach my final destination, Kupo. And that destination is what, Mummer? Are you sure it is not Geomancer? Arithmetician? Templar? Do not bother answering, Kupo. We all know you'll be singing a different tune come Pakro. That is where you are mistaken, Herdy. I was destined to be a thief's band. I can feel it in my fur. The role of Delita was made for me, Kupo. Kupo. Enough! The actors in our company trained at the Empire's finest institutes. They represent the pinnacle of profession not only in Garlemald, but across the entire world. A vagrant bat-mole like you could never hope to share the stage with such artists, let alone play the part of the hero like Delita. You yourself admitted you were too craven to face a solitary beast. How do you imagine you would fare against a pack of theater critics? Any troupe would need proof of valor before it could even consider. Craven. Call me a cheat and call me a cur, but do not, sir, call me a craven. I accept your challenge. Slay but one foul beast by mine own hand, and the Majestic Theater Company will accept me into its ranks, Kupo. Wait, I issued no such. You're all here to witness, Kupo. When I return the head of a terrible beast in my gore-stained hands, you will be honor-bound to welcome me, Mont Blanc the Mummer, into the fabled ranks of the Majestic. Good day. Wonderful. What do we do now? What do we do now? We do nothing. If that Batman wishes to throw himself on the horns of a stampeding diesel, I will not stand in his way. I believe the proper term of degradation is Mulbat, and I should warn you, Moogle do not take kindly to those who use it. Why must you always put yourself above others, brother? Did you learn nothing from Argath's wretched example? Mont Blanc would never have set off on this fool's errand had you not made this challenge. If anything befalls my brother, his blood will be on your hands. Yo, you are the only one amongst us capable of locating Mont Blanc and preventing disaster. On behalf of my brother, I beg your assistance. I apologize. I must learn to control my anger, but sometimes it can be difficult. You saw the poor Moogle. He won't last a day on his own. You must find him and bring him back. I beg of you. Moogles are prominent players in ivalice legend, but none of the tales mention their capacity for flight. Something lost in translation, perhaps? However did Ramza come to be so thoroughly obnoxious? He and his sister couldn't be more different. Shortly after arriving here, I was presented with a study which suggested that consuming large quantities of honey improved brain function. The results were so compelling that I almost felt moved to try, until, that is, I saw the work had been commissioned by one of Eorzea's foremost confectioners. It made me long to return to Charlian. Forgive me, was there aught else you wished to ask? A Moogle, never heard of him. Are you quite certain it's not a kami or a yokai, perhaps? It took me 5 summers and 10 auditions to earn my place in the Prima Vista. That thing is in for a surprise if it believes the principal will grant it a role on our stage. A Moogle, well, they bear no resemblance to the Moogles in our productions. Our poor customers will have to start from scratch. Not a Moggle, you say, but a Moogle. Eat, pray, die says nothing of Moogles. Are they as delicious as Moggles? These Moogle creatures are utterly adorable. Do you think he'd mind if I stroked him? I had always wondered what Moogles truly looked like. Something about the costumes we use here always seemed a little odd. The rabbit-like ears, the long limbs, the wispy singlets. If I did not know better, I would think our costumier had absolutely no idea what a Moogle was. Moogles, you say? Bah, I play a Moogle in the Zodiac Brave story, and I can tell you, true Moogles are little like those porty vermin hovering before us. Desert Moogles now? I suppose that would explain their current state of disachievement. What time is it? My brother can be rather simple-minded when it comes to such matters, thinking to impress the warrior of light and her companions. Mont Blanc would likely choose the scene of your recent exploits to prove his worth, meaning Rabanastar if I am not mistaken. Pardon my language, but that Ramza really is an incurable little prick. Is he not? How dare he speak to his sister and that Google in that manner? I couldn't decide which was worse, the things he said or the way the principal sat back and let him say them. Word. But I suppose it is none of our concern. For now, let us concentrate on the task at hand, finding that Moogle before he does something we'll all regret. What say we start nearby? Pier 2, perhaps? The Falcon Porter tells us that he set a traveling blacksmith away to Yangxia, not Abel's Pass. And why would that be of interest to us, you ask? Because said peddler of iron and steel was seen to be carrying a bag stuffed to the brim with, and I quote, albino mole fur and purple bat wings. Mont Blanc. Not that we look like that, Kupo. The quickest route to Dalmasca is via the One River and its western tributaries. If Mont Blanc is bound for Rabanastar, he will seek passage from the Glittering Basin. Where am I? All the way over there? Okay. Fuck. Ah, okay. That was close too. Alright, well, I have to babysit, so I'm gonna call it there. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.